Greetings family, Sista Shanice here. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Sista Shanice show. And as you can see, I am still in sunny, glorious Zimbabwe, having an absolutely wonderful time. Thanks for tuning in. And I am in the company of none other than MP Newton Kachapa. Welcome, MP Newton, to the Sista Shanice show.
Welcome, Sista Shanice, this is Zimbabwe. But this is my constituency called Mudzi, and I'm a journalist. Welcome.
I had the privilege of joining MP Newton Kachapa to visit Mudzi yesterday in his constituency area, Marshona Land East. And, you know, I met so many wonderful people and a number of projects. And one of the projects that I visited yesterday, MP Newton, was...
Yesterday, you have got different groups in my constituency, which we are just requesting or appealing in assistance. One, people living with HIV. Two, people living with disability. There are different disability. Yeah. It might be someone just no legs, some have got no arms,
yes.
And some have got a number of different, as you see. Yes. Yeah, a small group.
I was humbled, family, to be in the company of those individuals that MP Newton has just described. And in case you're wondering how comes they haven't got any limbs, no arms, no legs, that's because I learned that during the Rhodesian War in the 60s and 70s here in Zimbabwe, the Rhodesian army actually planted no less than 2.5 million landmines between the border of Zimbabwe and Mozambique. And they also planted 76,000 fragmentation mines, and those mines, a large number of them, are still active until today. People are still triggering those mines, and their arms and their legs are being blown off.
Sure, Sista Shanice.
Tell us a little bit about those fragmentation mines, because we may not know what these fragmentation mines are. What are these fragmentation mines?
Fragmentation mines are the bombs which are being planted by the Rhodesian army during the war. And these fragmentation bombs were surrounded by 6 nails, 6-inch nails, which are being cut, and then they put in a circle.
Right.
Yeah. If they will burst, they can take 5 meters, 50 meters radius.
Wow.
Or, yeah. So they cause a lot of damage in my area, and I'm living between Zimbabwe and Mozambique. The Zimbabwean people, we can go in the farm in Mozambique, and the Mozambican people, they can come and farm. So the time they cross, they see some dangerous weapons. So we are appealing to you, Sista Shanice, if you go back to London, where they can get an assistance for food or cloth, or assistant devices. It might be wheelchairs or walkers, to help the people who are suffering.
Yeah, family, when you meet these people, beautiful souls, beautiful people, and you know, they may have just gone out farming, as MP Newton was saying, and accidentally trigger a mine, and people crossing over from Mozambique coming into the Zimbabwe border area to farm, again triggering a mine, and those fragmentation mines sound absolutely awful.
And
you
also
know, just imagine.
And also want to appeal from you, if you give a child a fish, I think it's not inadequate. And tomorrow will come back to you and I say, please can you give me a fish? But the better if you give a hook and a line, and meaning to say, if you just give them some projects, in the area, they can just pass on to another group.
So we need to, family, come together and see what we can do to help and assist. You've heard the appeal. I'll show you some clips from my visit yesterday as well. I mean, when I heard about this particular, these particular individuals, I decided, what can I do? And I thought, well, why not, you know, make a wheelchair? And consulted a couple of people here in Zimbabwe and actually have a wheelchair that we made from scratch here in Zimbabwe. Took it down to the project yesterday, and I had a gentleman who didn't have, you know, the bottom parts of either of his legs try the wheelchair, and you know, it was obvious that it was going to make a big difference to his life. And I asked everybody, you know, would a wheelchair make a difference? And they all said yes. Now, we're going to have to look and see if we can build more of these wheelchairs here in Zimbabwe, because the importation cost is just going to be so high. So there's so much we can do. Plus, there was a call for projects as well. They want to be able to do something. They don't want to be looking for handouts. They don't want us to just be giving them, you know, a help today, and as you say, they need help again tomorrow. But you know, if we could set up some workshops for them where they could do some sewing classes, or they can do some welding classes or shoemaking. These were some of the suggestions that they were making to us. Then, you know, we'll be able to help them and assist them to be able to earn a living.
Sure, Shanice. I think we are not talking only the people who are being damaged during the war or even during the bombs. We have got the chronic diseases which are causing our people here in Zimbabwe a lot of damage. A lot of people who are unable to walk because of the chronic diseases.
Such as what, polio,
such
HIV?
as polio and the other injection. Yeah, we don't know exactly, because the immunization, because it's healthy, otherwise we can go to the clinic without even tablets and what have you. So it causes the people now to go not to function properly their bodies.
So because of poverty, they go to the clinics, they get these injections. Next thing, they've got chronic diseases and illnesses.
Sure.
So we know what's going on there. Those of us who are familiar with the depopulation agenda and the vaccines agenda will know exactly what's going on there. And we're talking about, you know, those people, those victims, you know, of some of those awful projects in Africa, in
that's why we are
constituency.
In the matters west cyclone, hit our area in Mashona and East. Yeah, thousands of people.
If it's not one thing, it's something else. So on top of, you know, the landmine situation that they're faced with at the moment, they've got Cyclone Ida, you know, to cope with, and the damage that that's caused as well. So any help and assistance, family, that we can offer. Shall I put your contact details at the bottom of the video so people can contact you directly? What's the best way of going
Yes,
forward?
we've got committees in our area.
Yeah.
Disability committees, HIV committees, and different groups have got a committee. So we can send you some details to those people, and then we can conduct it. Then we can try to assist them.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put those contact details at the bottom of this video. So if you like the works that we're trying to do here, family, just click on the subscribe button underneath so that you know when new videos are coming out. And if you want the details about how you can be of help and assistance to people in the Mashonaland East area, in the Mudzi ward, again, make sure you look below, and I'll have the contact details there for you. What kind of assistance can we offer? Would crutches, wheelchairs, you know, what are the needs in that area?
Yeah, we want both of them. The crutches can help a person who has got no balance. Yeah. It needs a walker. Yeah. It can probably can go against that walker. Yeah. Some crutches you can put him under he or he has shoulders. Then another wheelchair, someone will push. Someone is like a person who has got no legs. Yeah. He uses himself because he is able-bodied, but he can push, but he has got no legs. Yes. So we want different types of wheelchairs, and the walkers and the crutches. Yes.
Yeah. So family, if you've got any crutches lying around your house,
the number of people who are injured is 75 to 100 people. 75 to 100 people. Yeah, who are injured, and they are still alive. Yes.
So 75 to 100 in the Mudzi ward, but I do know that according to the statistics, there are well over 1,500 people who are living without limbs as a result of landmines in other parts of the 370 odd miles or so of landmines that were spread across that border. So, you know, family, there's so much that we can do to help and support. And, you know, as I said, they are a beautiful set of people. They're not looking for us to just give them a hand today. They're just looking for us to provide, you know, something that will enable them to function independently and carry on with their lives as best as they can. Family, thank you for watching the video. Imagine 50 to 60 years on since those landmines were first planted, still until today, there are incidences and tragedies occurring in Zimbabwe. So I ask, where is the compensation package for these victims of the landmine blast? Where is the compensation for all of the livestock that has been lost due to these landmine blasts? They deserve to be compensated. Prior to actually being blasted by one of those landmines, these are people who were earning a living for themselves. They were out doing the farming. They were providing for their family. These are providers, and they need to be compensated, and their families need to be compensated for the loss as well. Tell me, can we really justify financing through a compensation scheme rich white farmers who are able-bodied and not equally consider compensating the victims who are left limbless as a result of these landmine blasts? It's my opinion, just my opinion, you know, that they are deserving of a compensation package that will enable them to get, you know, their life, some sort of life going again for them. You know, it pains me to just imagine the trauma that they must have gone through and the psychological damage and impact that they must have suffered after, you know, encountering one of those mines and experiencing their limbs being blown off. They deserve to be compensated. What about the family of those who lost loved ones, you know, lost breadwinners? Those families need to be compensated as well. So, you know, at the moment, it's estimated that there are about 1,500 individuals that are actually died or injured as a result of these landmines. But due to the underreporting, it's likely that the figures are actually much, much higher. There's also, in terms of the value of the loss due to cattle and livestock triggering these mines as well, there needs to be compensation for that livestock as well. Clearly, more needs to be done very quickly indeed to get these landmines removed. It's totally unacceptable that, you know, during this time of peace, 50, 60 years on since the beginning of the war, that there is still miles and miles of land that needs to be demined. Come on, there are organisations out there like Halo that are actually getting millions to do this work. You know, they need to speed up the process and do the demining to save lives and to save the livelihood of people as well. Anyway, those are just my views. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below, and also don't forget to subscribe. MP Newton, you're doing a fantastic job in your constituency.
Thank you so much.
Keep up the great work.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for having me.
We need the support.
Yeah.
Give us the support, we just like we can push our people.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, let's do what we can to help and support the people of Zimbabwe. You can do it. Love you all. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Bye.